Hey there, anime fans, it's your boy Sho, and today we're talking about one of my all-time favorite anime series,
Duel Masters.
This is another Toonami classic. We already covered Zatch Bell, we already covered Relive Master, and we covered the other ones too. I honestly just decided to do Duel Masters simply because I went and dug up an old copy of the PS2 game that they had, and it was fun. Now, for those of you who don't know, Duel Masters is a trading card game that was adapted into an anime that revolves around the adventures of a young boy named Shobu. He's a spunky and energetic kid who dreams to become the world's
greatest Duel Master player.
With the help of his friends and his trusty deck, he faces off against some of the toughest opponents in the entire field of Duel Masters. Now I know what you're thinking.
Show, why are you talking about Duel Masters? This show is old, the show is ancient.
And yes, it's old. It's been around for a while, but it's a classic. And it's a classic for a reason. I mean, besides, with all the little remakes and reboots these days, who knows? Maybe we'll get a new and improved Duel Masters in the near future. And one of the things I love about this series is how it's not just about the card game. There's a whole world to explore. It's like the magic and the creatures that exist within this Duel Masters universe. It's like a cross between like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! But with its own, very unique spin. Speaking of unique, can we talk about some of the creatures in this series? These were definitely some Chimera type monster cards. Like, how do you even come up with this kind of stuff? But let's not forget the actual card game itself now. One of the things I appreciate about Duel Masters is how it's not just about having the strongest cards. I mean, generally, it's like that in every card game, but specifically in this one, you have to think of strategy. You have to think on your feet. You have to think quickly. You want to come out on top. It's like a version of chess, but like with dragons and spells and stuff. Also, of course, with any anime series, there's always some little humor thrown in, and Duel Masters is no exception. Like, if you really grew up in that era of like the older Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Fox Box and all that, basically that type of programming, I honestly do not know how you might have missed Duel Masters back then. It didn't really run for that long, but honestly, I feel like it was a great anime. Just simply off the strength that if you like those older shows you can kind of just watch and watch and watch, and it may not be the best in terms of action and stuff, but it's entertaining. I mentioned before, the game on PS2 was fantastic. Now for this section, I'm not gonna lie, I want to talk about the game for this second because the game was such a big part of my childhood. Obviously, I love the PS2, and the reason why I watch a lot of anime today, the reason why I play a lot of RPGs is specifically because I had the PS2. I feel like that's a big factor in some of the things you like the things you do growing up obviously has a big impact on what you do when you're actually grown, but for me the PS2 was like a big defining factor. I feel like the Duel Masters PS2 game, I still have that to this day. A lot of the games I've gotten rid of, I still have pretty much like 2 games related to anime. I don't have no Dragon Ball Z, no Naruto. I have the Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament, and I have Duel Masters. To this day I still have those in my collection. And that's literally even before, we found out we can do like emulators and stuff and get those games and stuff. I have all of those original copies of everything I play. I actually remember going to get this because while I do like the show for what it is, I really think that my love for the format, the game and stuff, it leads with the actual PS2 game. You got to select your certain characters, and they had each types of elemental monsters in their deck. So you had like the light, the dark, the wind, basically all the different elements and stuff, and that's the characters that you would choose, and you just basically go around dueling people. And I love these types of games, I really do. And basically after I got done playing this game, I would play with every different character and test them out. Of course you would have to play against everybody, so you already knew the cards and stuff, but the real fun is that this game led me to watch the anime series, which is cool because, like I said, that's the whole point. I feel like the merchandising is basically to get you to move backwards. Like all the toys and the games that they make are basically just to get you to watch the anime. And watching the anime is just basically to get you to read the manga or, really support the franchise as a whole. And I really do support this franchise. I hope Duel Masters can actually come back. I'm not gonna lie. Like for me, I really love card games. I might not really rock with the like real life Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and everything else, but I love playing like Master Duel. I love playing those types of things online. It's just kind of fun to kind of jump back in there and have like a strategy card game. I think Duel Masters should come out with a new game specifically. I think if I'm being honest here, that's pretty much all I gotta say about the game. You know, I do want you guys to go play it. It is a fantastic little PS2 game to go play and go get. It's actually really cheap right now, surprisingly. Considering that a lot of the other games that are retro games like that, they're very much not cheap. And with that being said, so because of that, it definitely holds some weight for me. But I mean, past all of that, all jokes aside, Duel Masters is a generally fun and engaging series. I mean, if you're a fan of the trading card game from way back, or just looking for a good little story, just something that tied you over, it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it already. Like I said, it is a classic. It is pretty old. So, you know what I'm saying, take with that what you will. But while I personally never played that trading card game version of it, I played the PS2 version of it. And like I said, I had a blast. I still have a blast to this day. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of popularity in trading card games now. Pokemon is booming. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is booming. I think they got some Dragon Ball Z stuff going on. A lot of little trading card games. Maybe we can see a return of Duel Masters in the future. I mean, they can bring back Digimon and Pokemon to its glory. I mean, anything's possible. So there you have, folks. Duel Masters is a classic anime. It's definitely worth a watch. And who knows? Maybe you'll be inspired to build your own deck. I mean, maybe you can be the next Shobu. And with that being said, guys, let me know if you remember this anime down below.
And I'll see you guys next video.
やれやれだぜ。